Folks, there are few things that I love more than a wedding. If you asked me to make a list of my favorite types of formal events, I would say no. I don't want to make a list, but I do like weddings. And stop asking me to perform ridiculous tasks to prove what interests me. In one of the most important events of our time, please excuse my dead Aunt Sally's own Suzy was married this past weekend. The not-so-royal wedding took place at a local roller rink, which we believe is a front for a cult of Democrats who enjoy tabletop gaming and making papier-mâché masks out of junk mail. We have no evidence of this. We just believe it. The wedding was a beautiful occasion. Suzy wore a dress made entirely of white paper coffee filters, and a tinfoil hat made mostly of fine dining takeout containers. Suzy was given away by a penguin in a sports bra, and flower arrangements contained starved Venus flytraps. When it came time to sign the marriage license, Suzy provided identification in the form of a handful of gem-like rocks that appeared to be glowing. At the reception, Suzy's reptilian uncle gave a beautiful toast and cryptically alluded to the near completion of the network of underground tunnels connecting his people throughout the core of the earth. Party favors were individually wrapped slices of American cheese. The yellow kind, not the white kind. Come on, we're not poor. Everyone was home by 6 p.m. that evening, as the curfew recently announced via fortune cookie messages is still in effect. I would post photos of the wedding, but I've learned that something, possibly a CIA Megatron projector, wiped the hard drives of every electronic device at the party. I would complain about this, but I was planning on doing the same thing when I got home, just to rid myself of a virus that continually loads my cell phone with episodes of MASH, but mistitles them and plays them out of order. Congratulations to Suzy and her spouse, who asked only that I bury his wallet in the desert, as the new identity seems to be working out. Please excuse my dead Aunt Sally is brought to you today by Vicky's Oversized Ceremonial Check Printing. If you need oversized checks for your special event, we've got you covered. Flyers? Nope. Posters? Not a chance. But we do one thing, and we do it all day long. Giant, oversized ceremonial checks. See what all the fuss is about over at Vicky's Oversized Ceremonial Checkprinting.tv. Last week, I had the privilege of appearing as a guest on 2 different podcasts. After Dinner Mints, where my former girlfriend, as passive-aggressively as possible, told me how wrong I was about everything, and The Real Rant, where we talked about the 1989 Batman and skeptical liquor store employees. Please check out both shows, that's After Dinner Mints and The Real Rant. Folks, are you still looking for that summer body? Well, your local graveyard has you covered. And now for some listener questions. To have your question read on the air, write to pleaseexcusemyddeadauntSally@gmail.com or call the listener line using the call button on our Instagram page. Our first question comes from Jason in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Jason writes, "Hey Mike, I have a stone half wall in my yard that I want to remove, but nothing seems to be getting through it. We've tried pickaxes and small explosives. I don't know what it's made of, whether it's granite or kryptonite or what. Any suggestions for how to destroy a large object of questionable composition?" Well, Jason, as the guy who liked to burn things in high school used to say, everything is flammable if you have enough fire. Whether it's part of a forest or an old abandoned convent, large piles of fire should do the trick. Our final question today comes on the listener line from our good friend Brock.
I don't recognize anyone on the Billboard Awards. Does it mean I'm out of the loop?
Well, Brock, I'm gonna call in a pro here.
Am I so out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong.
That's all for today's show. Thank you for listening. Join us next week when I drink 2 bottles of Robitussin and cough into the microphone for 7 minutes. Music for today's show was produced by Kevin MacLeod. Please continue to check us out on Instagram and leave those wonderful reviews over on iTunes.
Hey, you're a fucking idiot. We're all doing that. Bye-bye.